Hey, beautiful. So, we are going to start talking about pranayama, basically deep breathing exercises that are so essential for life in general. Now, I started practicing these so long ago, like in my 20s, when I really started to deal with some massive health problems stemmed from poor stress management. And as you know, there's so many stresses that come along with pregnancy and postpartum and these challenges that we can or cannot face. Everybody's journey is different. And I really, really believe in the power of these tools as part of your toolbox for basically having vitality, wellness, and mindfulness through pregnancy and beyond. So I can't wait to dive in. It's super going to be quick, very simple. You don't need anything. I have a mat, but you don't even need that. You can do this in a sitting position. You can do it outside, indoors. Just find a comfortable spot. You want to have a little cup of tea or some coffee to follow, to just have next to you for comfort as we go into this. Let's do this. So the first of these, really it's 4 exercises, but the first one is basically your baseline. And it's called the 3-part breath. And it really is the baseline to any deep breathing exercises. Some people use it as a warm-up before they go into any advanced pranayamas. And it by itself is truly so powerful. So the 3-part breath really allows you to learn how to expand your lungs, to improve blood circulation, to improve the basically oxygen exchange from your lungs to your cells, which if you're pregnant improves blood circulation to not just you, but to baby as well. It helps to calm the central nervous system, to find mind clarity, to relax the body, to relax the mind. And again, it is the basis to many, many of the other breathing techniques that you can find. Also, some people refer to it as the yogi breath. Okay. So like when I first started yoga, I was terrible at it. And I actually hated it because I would be sitting in these like warrior 2 poses or warrior, like, whatever, and just like shaking and really having to like feel awful that I would have to come out of the pose before the instructor would call the next one because I just couldn't hold it. And I would be wondering why I'm sweating and everybody else is like, look like they were like in like a peaceful garden zen moment. And I'm over here like, feeling like I'm about to collapse on my mat. I was starting to get sweaty. My breathing was like I was starting to feel like I was loud. I was so self-conscious and I just didn't understand what was I doing that everybody else wasn't doing. And it was that I wasn't breathing correctly. I wasn't utilizing my deep breathing so that I wasn't getting enough oxygen to my muscles to basically hold these long period like holds. And so that is the power to this breath. And it really intrigued me once I learned how to master it and started to like, OMG, like I could literally like stay here all day long. Like I finally was like that aha moment. And that's what I want to bring with you, because especially if you are currently pregnant, this is going to be a game changer in that active delivery phase, because you'll always hear me say, there's only one thing that you can truly control during active labor, and that is your breath. Like sometimes your mind, because your hormones are like affecting how you're thinking and your rationality, like sometimes there's things that you're going to say or do that you're not going to be able to like control necessarily, but you can always control your breath. You can always come back to your breath. Your breath can help you with so many things during labor. And then postpartum, it can help you with so many other things too. So I hope I got you excited. Let's go ahead and get started with the practice. All right, mama. So you have a comfortable spot. Again, you do not have to choose to use this thunderbolt position. I'm just doing it because it makes it easier for me to teach you. So we're going to bring one hand to heart, one hand to your belly, and you're going to just try to start to relax your mind and start to just notice how your breath goes in and out through your body, trying to breathe only through your nose. If you can, if it feels comfortable and safe, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Now, as you start to inhale, I want you to focus and bring your breath to your belly first. So you're going to actually expand your belly as you inhale. So it's going to look like Just focus on the belly. Expand it. You're actually pushing it out. Opposite of what we try to do. We're always trying to suck in our stomach. We want to actually expand it. Bring that breath into the belly. That's why you have your hand there. And then you're exhaling. Now, taking it a step further, I want you to bring your breath to your belly first. And then bring it to your ribs. And then exhale. Beautiful. Now, a step further. Take it into your belly first. Then your ribs. Now, the last little bit of breath into your chest. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay, so you're going to just try that a few times. And again, it's focusing, the breath comes into your belly first. You want to, if you're using your hands, you want that hand to move on the bottom first, then your ribs, and then your chest. Beautiful. Okay, so exhaling is actually another part of it, but I didn't want you to focus on that to begin with. I only wanted you to focus on the inhaling part. So taking it now and building on what you already know, I want you to keep your hands on your belly and your chest, or baby, if if you're pregnant. And I want you to inhale, bring it into your belly first. Ribs, chest. And then as you exhale, release it from your chest first. Watch my shoulders, they start to relax. Then my ribs, hugging in those ribs. And then I start to hug that belly button in. Bring that belly into my inner spine, basically either giving yourself or your baby a hug. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Hold at the top if you can. Take a slight pause and then exhale, chest, ribs. Bring that last little bit of breath. Exhale as you bring that belly all the way in. Perfect. Now you will continue to practice this until you get comfortable with it. Sometimes you do have to close your eyes so that as you're inhaling and listening to me, you're like trying to, in your mind, figure out, okay, how do I push my stomach out while I'm inhaling? It takes a little bit of time. If it's like not like, ooh, that was kind of challenging, it's okay. Sometimes these things are the first time you do it, but it becomes a muscle memory. For me, that's how I naturally breathe on my own now. And it is such a game changer to like really be able to take those deep breaths. And again, this helps with mental clarity. It helps with expanding that lower lobe of your lung to really get a full deep breath in. That helps with anxiety. It helps with calming your nervous system. It helps with improving blood circulation because your oxygen exchange actually happens in the lower lobes. And so if you're only really breathing from the diaphragm, you're not really getting a really large exchange of oxygen, which is why you get the fatigue in your muscles a lot faster. So if you really focus on your breath and really expanding those lungs, you really improve the circulation. And if you're pregnant, it's even better. If you're postpartum, that helps with actually healing because your body needs oxygen to stimulate the white blood cells and all the other cells that need to come together to basically heal you. And all of that gets intensified and magnified and things start to come together faster. Okay, so practice it. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and move on to the first big breath, breathing pranayama practice that we are going to use that 3-part breath as our building block. All right, catch you in a little bit. All right, so moving on into the first pranayama I want you to like learn. And it's probably, I think, the easiest of the 3. It's called the Ujjayi breath, also known as the ocean's breath. It's just naturally calls to me because I am a ocean lover. So it just is very soothing. It really helps again with that central nervous system. It kind of really relaxes your body, relaxes your senses. Because you're using that 3-part breath as a building block to this, it really does help, again, improve that circulation, improve any kind of healing that may be going on. If you are in active labor because you are pregnant, this is game changing, because it will help you actually manage your pain, because you're focusing on that breath. You're really expanding that lung and allowing your body to relax into the actual like dilation of what's happening to push baby out. And you're minimizing how much focus you're putting on the pain. It actually will relax your body so that there's not that much pain, because the more relaxed you are during labor, the more less pain basically you get during the labor phases, or it helps you manage those intensities that will happen with each contraction. Okay. So it's essentially using your vocal cords, and you're constricting them as you're exhaling to create this sound that reminds people almost of like an ocean sound. That's where the name comes from, ocean's breath. So you're still inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Nothing is coming out of your mouth. But as you exhale, you're going to constrict your vocal cords as if you're telling me a secret from across the room. Okay? So I'm going to move my mic so that you guys can really hear it. And it essentially, I'm going to inhale using that 3-part breath. We're just building on it. Remember, it's a building block. Belly, ribs, chest. And then I'm constricting my vocal cords. Again. And that's called the ocean's breath, or Ujjayi breath. So it's very popular in a lot of meditation practices. It's a big thing in the yoga realm. If you practice yoga, you might already be familiar with Ujjayi breath. And it's very, very powerful. Now, the magic number to any breathing, any pranayama that you might do is 3. It really just, okay, so if you look at it from this perspective, it only takes 3 breaths to really feel the effect and get the benefits. Or you only need to do it for 3 breaths. So it's not something that you're going to have, like if you have only like literally a minute or 2, you only have to do it for 3. Usually those 3 breaths will take you about a minute. You can do it as long as you need to based on what you're trying to combat. If you're having an anxiety episode from pregnancy or postpartum, you're in that first few phases, you have that newborn, you're getting overwhelmed. Take an Ujjayi breath. If you're like, I didn't really like it wasn't for me, like it didn't feel good in my body, then just stick with the 3-part breath. The 3-part breath to me was one of my favorites because I was able to place my hand on baby, and I was able to really feel the expansion. And as I inhaled and filled that belly up, I imagined filling it with love and light. And I would send that love and light to baby. And as I exhale, I would release any tension, any like fears, any negative emotions. I would release it from my heart and let it go and send myself love. And that's how I would, approach the 3-part breath. The Ujjayi breath just takes it to another level in the sense that as I inhaled and exhale, I would inhale, same love and light either to myself if I was postpartum, or still I'm sending it to baby, but now I'm not thinking about it because I've mastered that 3-part breath. And I know that I'm pushing that belly out and I'm really breathing into baby, or I'm breathing into myself. And as I exhaled, I would relax, release the tension, release those negative, unserving thoughts that I would have of myself, of the situation, of whatever, and sending that love. I would just imagine that I had inhaled all of that and I was letting all the bad stuff go, and I was only holding the good stuff in. So depending on where you are, if you're postpartum, I had an emergency C-section, I would envision bringing in love, light, and healing energies into my pelvis floor, because I would expand that lower area. And then as I exhaled, I would release any tension, anything that was keeping me from healing. Okay. So play with it, practice it. Practice makes perfect. Unfortunately, there is no like magic, like button. You have to practice these things in order for you to feel more comfortable, for it to be second nature, for you to feel like I could do this anywhere, anytime, at the drop of a dime. And that's sometimes what ends up happening, especially as you progress into those toddler twos. I call them the perfect twos. Because yeah, like it is so emotionally sensory driven overload to its max, especially if you're a stay-at-home parent. So let me know, comment below if you have any questions, something just didn't sound right, or you're not getting it, or didn't feel good, like you're not sure what you're doing. Comment below, let me know. I'd love to help you on this journey. And then once you kind of have a good handle of these two, make sure you watch the next two videos, because I'm going to go into one of my all-time favorites, and then kind of a third one, which I actually teach in my Baby and Me yoga class, but it can help you both prenatally and postpartum. So thank you as always for watching. I'm sending you much love and light wherever you are in your journey. Remember that wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. This is your practice. Listen to your body and remind yourself as many times as you need to, you are doing the best you can, and that is enough. As always, stay fabulous, stay beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Are you on the path to a more vibrant and fulfilling life? Then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You have the power to transform your life. Let's start that journey now. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and remember, your journey to a happier, healthier you starts right here. See you in the next video.